Guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I'm happy to have you here. Today we're going to talk about, arguably in the small handful of epic champions that are legitimately better than most legendaries in the game, none other than Geomancer. I would really put Geo in the category of, I don't know, like Seer because of the Karma Burn ability, the Ugo because of having decreased defense and block buffs on the same ability and a mini cleanse on the A3. Champions like, I don't know, who are the best epics out there, guys? Archmage Helmet, certainly, right? He's just a boss, man. Brings so much damage. Maximization and speed on his A3, plus the stun on the A2. Vogoth is another one of my favorites. And of course, Demitha, champions like a Man-Eater, right? The queen and king of unkillable in the game. All of these champions that I've mentioned, in my opinion, are better than, again, the majority of legendaries out there in the entire game. And these are also champions in many cases, especially the case of Geomancer, that it is definitely justifiable building a couple of them, maybe even three. I know some people who build 3 Geomancers for each of the Hydra teams in a specific rotation.
I would never cry, let's be honest. I am a man.
Maybe even 3. I know some people who build 3. He can be used pretty much everywhere, especially Doom Tower, especially Demon Lord and Hydra Clan Boss. But a lot of people build him kind of incorrectly for 2 reasons. Number 1 is you don't build him like a typical traditional nuker in this game, right? His damage comes a lot differently than other enemy max HP champions, right? And number 2 is they actually changed him about a year ago as to where it used to be advantageous and most beneficial to have Giant Slayer as your tier 6 mastery option. However, now it's better with War Master. We'll talk about why as we review his kit. And what I did was I rebuilt Geomancer in a bad build, right? Because I noticed a lot of players out there build him this way, and sure, you can have success, but I wanted to stress how he does 95% of his damage, right? So where is he?
Hello, is it me?
I'm in the process of building my second Geomancer. I can't wait because I want to pair both of my Geos with both of my Inquisitor Shamils. Inquisitor Shamil, as long as you run Geomancer in your aura lead, as long as you're running him in your aura lead, and he has a good aura, 25% in all battles, Inquisitor Shamil is going to be giving a turn meter boost by 15% all the time. So that's going to allow Geomancer to go ahead and apply more of his A3 HP burns, more deflect damage, and it's going to be a recipe for, well, a ton of damage, right? Especially on Hydra Clan Boss. So that's my game plan, right? I already run one of those combos, and I can't wait to run the next one. He has an AoE, which is great on his A1, 40% chance, 45 with a sniper mastery of placing decreased accuracy. Fantastic ability, right? On his A2, he's removing all buffs from the target enemy, then attacking them. He's stealing if they're under HP burn. On his A3, this is where he's placing his HP burn for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, maybe even 4 turns if you have Mastery on Geomancer. And then Stone Guard, man, this is where all his damage is coming from for the most part, right? Decreases damage all ours received by 15% and deflects that damage onto each enemy under an HP burn debuff placed by this champion. Whenever a champion is attacked, this champion deflects 30% of the damage. Instead, when deflecting that damage on each enemy hit, has a 30% chance of dealing additional damage equal to 3% of the target's max HP. That is an enemy max HP attack, and that can really, really scale up. That enemy max HP is where he's getting so much damage. Now for Bommel, you can run him in a deflection set on top of that, make him even more, optimized for that run. But for Hydra Clan Boss, you'll see this build here. What's wrong with it, guys? What's wrong with this build? Crit rate, crit damage, a little bit of accuracy, some speed. Doesn't even look that bad, right? His defense is very low. I prioritize crit rate and crit damage on this build. Not a lot of resist on this build either. His survivability is okay, but it can be a lot better. I want to keep him alive, and I want to keep his survivability up, and I want to build him really, really fast with a little bit more accuracy as well, and more resist. The cool thing about him is if you build him with around 400 or so resist, he'll resist everything. You can probably even get away with around 300, 350, depending on the difficulty, or even lower, depending on the difficulty of where you're using him. But why is resist good on Geomancer? It's not imperative. You don't have to have it, but it's good because he's already bringing the decreased accuracy on the A1. So if you're landing decreased accuracy consistently throughout the course of a longer battle, you're going to be resisting a bunch as well, right? So we talked about War Master being the ideal mastery for this champion. I'll show you all the masteries on him. This is, you know, pretty easy. As long as you're not running Giant Slayer anymore, again, War Master is the optimal tier 6 option for Geomancer. So why is this build not the best? It's fine, but why is it not the best? First of all, we don't care so much about crit rate and crit damage on Geomancer. It's one of those nice to have situations, but it's not, again, it's not mandatory, right? It's the last thing that we're going to be considering when we build this champion. First, survivability, then speed, and then accuracy, and then maybe even resist, then crit rate and crit damage. His A1 multipliers aren't that insane, but again, it's really overshadowed by his passive. You're not building him like a nuker, you know? He's not, I don't know, a Trunda, you know? So we're building him a lot differently. So what I love for Geomancer, and I think it's by far the best build out there in the game, is actually turning off his A2 ability and running him in reflex gear. Really, really love that. You'll see so much more damage if you switch to that build. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to keep you guys with me, and I'm going to rebuild him right now.
But it doesn't make any sense.
Think of it this way.
I'm just going to keep you guys with me, and I'm going to rebuild him. Probably just going to steal gear from somebody else for the most part. I have HP here with a lot of speed. I'm going to keep that banner on him. And then crit damage, some accuracy on the substats. That's fine too. He has attack, but it has a trip roll of defense on it. So I think we'll go ahead. It has a little shield there too. So I think we'll keep the blood shield ring on him as well. However, I would advise you guys, I mean, unless you have a crazy trip roll here with some HP to boot, I would advise probably going to HP or defense as well on the ring there. So now we're going to go ahead and sort through my reflex gear. Dude, reflex is a nasty, nasty set, man. Ever since they buffed it to 40% chance, especially if we can shut off skills, it's really, it received 2 buffs. I mentioned this before, but reflex received 2 buffs. Number 1 is, it bumped up to a 40% chance of reducing the cooldown of a random skill. And number 2 is they added the AI customization so you can turn off skills and you can dictate where that cooldown goes, right? Think about it on Geo. I'm stating the obvious here, but think about it. The more HP burns we're applying with the A3, the more damage we're going to do, and it's just incredible the amount of damage we can do. We can get that HP burn up because it's 3 or 4 turns, excuse me, when we have Inquisitor on the same team as well. We can get that HP burn up for a moment on all of the Hydra heads. That's insane, dude. You can really double, triple, quadruple your damage if you build him correctly, and the first piece is going to be the reflex. So we already talked about it a little bit here, guys, but what are we looking for? Let me turn myself around. Why am I facing the corner here? What is going on, man?
Oh, no, you don't. What are you doing? Stop.
Boom. There we go. Much better. Much better. So we're looking for speed. Number 1, speed. So let's go ahead and change our substats to speed. And a little bit of accuracy would be nice too, right? A little bit of accuracy would be nice. So let's go for speed and accuracy. You know what? Let's take accuracy off, and we'll kind of sort through the reflex gear as we find it. So where's my reflex? There's my reflex. All right, so let's make this easy and steal all Contra the Cyclone's gear for now, right? She's got some speed there. Now what speeds should you guys be aiming for? So for Geo, in order to place that HP burn on everybody, right? For Doom Tower Hard, we're aiming for 230 speed minimum, right? For Hydra Nightmare, 250 speed minimum is what we're aiming for. Of course, you can get by, but to maximize damage, right? For Hydra Hard, 200 speed minimum. Hydra Brutal, 230 speed. Doom Tower Normal, 200 speed or so is what I'm aiming for. So, okay, Contra, we're stealing all... I'm not going to steal that, man. Give me some speed. Give me some speed. Here we go. So do this. Let's see. Give me some speed rolls, please. Oh, come on, man. Come on. You hate to see it. You really do. All right. Speed here. Okay. We get a double roll speed here. Let's take it. And accuracy. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Who else do we have here? We have crit rate gauntlets. But again, you know, we want to build survivability first, right? Nothing wrong with going accuracy on the chest as well. But again, my first goal is going to be to get some good speed here. and we get trip roll on HP, it would have to be really good, like trip roll and speed for me to use an attack chest on her.
There is no normal life that is free from pain.
Did I say her? Sorry, Geo. Love you, bro. No speed there either. Ah, what a bummer. I'm just gonna take it to 16 to use it anyway. Whatever, right? Whatever. I just need the reflex. Need the reflex. Okay. What else do we have here? Actually, we have defense. You know what? I'm stealing it from Contra.
Shame on you. Funny, funny, funny what money can do.
I just wasted all that silver. Let's just go ahead and use this as well. Look at that trip accuracy. Okay, so now we got the reflex on. We've got his speed up to 182. We haven't concentrated at all on resist. Let's go ahead, and his HP and his defense are all right. So let's go ahead and look to optimize speed here. Again, we're aiming for 250 minimum. I need to have him a lot faster. We don't care so much about crit rate, so no longer do we need or want crit rate on the gauntlet. I should say no longer do we need. You know, if I can find the rest of the stats, if I had better reflex gear, even though that's really good gear, but it's not really good in terms of maximizing his survivability, right? So let's go with defense and HP, and we'll go crit rate just to see what we have on the gauntlets. And then substats, we're going to search for HP. We don't need all that. Let's just go for what? The speed. Let's just go for speed. I'm going to go with a little bit more accuracy would be nice. So let's just go to our favorite set in the game, perception, right? Perception. So let's see what we have available here. Speed. I want more speed, and I don't want to take it from like one of my best champions that I use a lot, even though I probably use Geo more than any of these legendary champions. So this one's pretty nice. I get speed, a little bit of resistance there. Not a ton of speed, but Wither the Crowned, I don't use that much on my account. Get a trip roll there, a little bit of speed there. Lord Shazar has a lot of speed. Crit rate? Yeah. I get some resist there too, guys. I don't know. But I'll get my crit rate up. But will I have, you know what, the speed. 19 speed there, I'm going to stick with it. And I'm making the same mistake that I was critical of myself making earlier. But it's nothing wrong. As I mentioned earlier, it's a nice to have, but we want to make sure he's staying alive and make sure he's a lot faster, right? I'm not putting him in savage gear or anything like that. Let's go ahead and, by the way, if he was on like an unkillable clan boss team or something, yeah, it'd be a lot different. We would be maximizing his damage. I think that bears kind of mentioning here, right? This is more of a Hydra clan boss or a Doom Tower build. Now, I've already used all my Hydra clan boss keys, unfortunately. You know what? Perception, some attack. We really want survivability, so I'm actually not going to use that. Otherwise, I would just use it. So let's go speed and substat. A little bit. We don't even need the accuracy, honestly. Let's just see if we have some resist. Build his resist up a little bit more, right? And then we'll see what we can find. Let's go, I don't know, defense percentage and HP percentage. That way, at least we can make him fairly tanky, right? To get away from, let's take the resist off too. So we kind of make up for the fact that we snuck in those crit rate, right? On his gauntlets. So there we go. Speed here. Let's just go for it, right? Let's go for it. Let's see what we get. There we go. Hey, 2 defense and an HP. Granted, it is only a 5-star, but I think that's worth sacrificing 5 speed for, right? Getting that survivability on there, making up for the crit rate there. And what do you have his speed at? 247. Maybe I stand corrected. What is his defense and his HP? So 28, 45. I'm really trying to aim for 3,000 defense if I can. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's take this bad ash ring off of him. That's a lot of defense, though. Let me just see what it would be. Let's go equipped. And let's go HP defense. And let's see what I can get here. So a couple HP. I'm losing so much defense. Let's just go with, actually, wait, Brogni. I gained 4,000 HP, but only 9 defense. I don't know if it's worth it, guys. But you'll see one thing here, is we've definitely sacrificed on the attack, right? He's an attack-based champion, but he's not an attack-based nuker. The nuke is coming from the Stone Guard. So I think we're just going to stay with this build. The truth is we can glyph out some of this speed and get him over 250. I'm sure of it. Let's see if I can actually do that right now. Bump. Give me 3 speed, please, or 4. 3 or 4. 3 or 4. Boom, 3. Hit it right on the head. So now he's at 250 speed. This is perfect. This guy's gonna be a monster now. Survivability is probably about the same here, but we sacrificed. We made some sacrifices here on the crit rate, crit damage. And if he was dying, what I would do is I would easily just take those crit rate gauntlets off of him, look for another speed substats, and put them on the defense and the HP. 311 on the accuracy is good, but I want it a little bit higher. So let's go ahead and glyph this out as well. We're going to use a good glyph because, of course, I'm going to be using Geomancer everywhere. Same thing with the resistance. You can see the power of just using glyphs is really incredible on any champion. It just, I mean, stating the obvious here, but it just helps so much, right? We don't need that. We're not going to waste a 6-star on a no sub roll there. Let's just see if we can get a couple more on this dude. We'll put the attack on there, but it's not, you know. You guys like me, you have like a million attack and resist glyphs and then nothing else.
Rich people problems.
Here we go, guys. So the final build is going to be 45, 28, 250. So much better with all that extra speed on him. And reflex. Cannot state it enough. Reflex, we switched him out of all those sets that we had, put him in reflex. Now this is how you should build your Geomancer. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I already used my Hydra clan boss battles, and check it out, guys. I forgot on the, what did I use him here? Okay, not on this team. I used him on normal this rotation. Obviously, I've used all my keys, so I can't show you a run. But I forgot, I had the wrong positioning here, right? Oh, no, I didn't have the wrong positioning. I have Shamil boosting my speed lead here. And again, 97 million. Granted, it's just on normal, so nothing to really write home about there. But Geo put out 14 million damage. That was using the incorrect build. I rebuilt him incorrectly, which felt really unorthodox and dumb to do, but I did it anyway, just for the video, and then I ran them. But now this team will easily clear over 100 million. Probably even more than that now, right? Keep in mind, Inquisitor Shamil is always going to be boosting the damage, or lead, excuse me, the lead of the team. So since I can't show you Clan Boss, I'm going to show you Nether Spider for 110 on Doom Tower hard, guys. Geo is like a cheat code on Nether Spider, man. It's really incredible stuff. In case you guys have not, I should have, let me just select Super Raids, right? Why not, right? It's really incredible stuff, guys. I use Helicath, depending on the affinity here. But against Magic Affinity, I use Sir Nick for an unkillable. And it's going to be pretty easy here, guys. What we're going to do is just try to clear the waves as quickly as possible. I'll come back to you guys when we get to the spider. All right, guys, we just A1 cycled our way to the boss. Now we're going to have everything fresh on cooldown, and it's going to be an easy battle here. This is, you know, one of the many areas that Geo is just incredible. So we're going to use this A3 ability. Here, let me move myself again. Let me switch myself around again, right, too. Boop, there we go. So we're going to use this A3 ability, apply the HP burn and the weaken to the spider. So nice to have the weaken there too. We're going to come in here with our unkillable, and then we're going to place a heal reduction. We have a Venom Mage to do that on the spider. Now look at this. Every attack, check it out, man. Check it out. Check it out. That's like not too bad, right? Not too bad. Easy strategy. And all you need is heal reduction. We can go, sure, why not? Why not? Sorry, Gala. All you need is heal reduction, some soft hitting AoEs, right? To trigger all those counterattacks, and Geomancer. That's really it. He has the AoE as well, so more counterattacks. And I mean, is this the easiest way ever to take care of Nether Spider, or what, man? I mean, it's pretty incredible stuff. There we go. Easy 30 turns, right? And Geo puts out a clean, cool 10 million damage there. I wish I could show you him right now with the reflex against Hydra, but take my word for it, guys. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there as well to check out. It's insane. He's one of the S tier. Again, better than a lot of legendaries out there in the game. Are you a big fan of Geomancer as I am? How do you build him? Do you run him in reflex? If not, give it a try. Again, forego a little bit of a crit rate, crit damage if you need to build him either with higher resist, not like we did today, but you can if you want to, if you have the gear, and make sure you have that accuracy, make sure you have that speed, and you are not going to be disappointed with the results. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video, guys. Enjoy Geo. What a stud, right? And as always, take care, guys.